Good morning, everyone. Fed League Flash for Sunday, January 21st. And kind of doing a weekend wrap up. There is a game tonight. My River Sharks playing at Watertown. But, we're going to kind of wrap things up for the most part. So it was quite a night last night, starting off in Binghamton, Danbury hat tricks, playing the second of two in Binghamton. And 2 days ago, Danbury won in regulation time, and last night Binghamton returned the favor. So 6-2 final. Announced crowd 4,500. Is more like about 3,700. I was there. But anyway, so the game starts off. Danbury kind of in control early on. Binghamton gets in penalty trouble, gets two minors at the same time. So Danbury goes on a 5-on-3 power play, and Bodenzinchenko capitalizes, and so it's 1-0 Danbury. At that time, the shots were 8-2 Danbury. Binghamton storms back late in the period on a tip. Tyson Kirkby, he capitalizes to tie things up. And so shots ended up 13-10 Binghamton in that first period. In the second, it is Austin Thompson, and he gets on the board, so Binghamton takes the lead, a lead that they would not relinquish. Tommy Ray scored one of the most beautiful goals I have seen all year, just like a minute later, but not to be outdone. Yeah, well, no, I'm sorry, that was it. All right, that was it for the second. So now in the latter part of the second period, there was a little incident I got to talk about just a little bit. Chase Harwell had just completed an amazing defensive shift, one of the best defensive performances I have seen all year. He takes the bench. There's shenanigans on ice, and Harwell, who had just taken a seat like 10 seconds earlier, jumps the bench and joins a fracas. So he is given the gate. He's looking at a 6-game suspension according to the new rules. And unfortunately, Billy McCurry is looking at a 3-game suspension. He did not send Harwell. This is going to be an example of how horrible this rule is, because McCurry did not encourage Harwell to go out there. Kind of an unfortunate situation. All right, back to the game in the third period. Gavin Yates scores on the power play, 5:42. Right after that, Corey Cunningham scores for Danbury and keeps Danbury close. It's 4-2. Things stay that way. In the third period, Danbury couldn't generate any offense, really, other than Cunningham. 4 shots on goal the entire period. So the hat tricks pull Liam Murray, who was their starting goalie, and Binghamton ends up scoring 2 empty netters. First Tyson Kirkby, and then Gavin Yates. So there's your final, 6-2. Murray, he played well, but he had a lot of traffic in front of him all night. 31 of 35 saves. For the Black Bears, Connor McAnanima stops 23 of 25. He wasn't really busy in long periods of time, but when he got some action, he made the saves he needed to make. So there you go. Binghamton improves to 23-6. Danbury 16-12-2. Next game, Columbus. They got stretched by Blue Ridge this weekend. Second straight game. Game goes into extra time. Columbus started off strong, getting 19 shots on goal in the first period. Austin Doe and Ryan Hunter score. Nothing happens in the second. Although Blue Ridge did dominate play, held Columbus to 3 shots on goal in that second period. In the third, the momentum continues. Blue Ridge gets a pair of goals from Joel Frazee. But then Alex Jemayev, he scores at 12:53. Blue Ridge tries to hang in there. Vladislav scores for the second straight night at 17:32. It's tied up at 3. We go to overtime. And this time, didn't go to shootout, just overtime. Nolan Slaheda, he scores at 2:43. So that gives Columbus their second straight 2-point win. Slaheda with a goal and assist. Jemayev a goal and assist as well. Tyler Roy's second straight night playing, saves 29. Joel Frazee with those 2 goals, and Josh Newberg had 2 assists for the night, which was nice. Owen Liskovitz stopping 42 of 46. In the second period, this is kind of one of the people that we figured was going to be kind of targeted by the league. Alex Basie ended up getting a fighting major and an aggressor penalty. So, being that he is a repeat offender, this could be a little bit more of a lengthy suspension. And so, Boom Boom could be looking at a suspension as coach as well. We will see. Columbus now 22-3-2, while Blue Ridge is 6-16-5. All right, and then we go to Watertown. And I called this one. I said Elmira has Watertown's number this year. Yep, second straight night. Elmira with a 4-2 victory. Kyle Powell, first game back, and he scores the first goal for Elmira. Also, getting off the snide was Brett Parker. He's been snake bit all year, and he finally puts one home. So Elmira is up 2-0. Tate Leeson draws Watertown back to within 1. But then later in the period, it's Stephen Klink with the game-winning goal. So Elmira is up 3-1 at that point. Josh Tomasi gets Watertown to within 3-2 before the end of the period. Lots of shots in this game. Watertown outshooting Elmira 35-23 in the first 2 periods. So, yeah, Eli Bowers really had to stand on his head, but he gets the win as Elijah Wilson nets an empty net goal at 19:28 to put the thing away. Klink with the game-winning goal and assist, as well as Powell having a goal and an assist. Eli Bowers, 45 saves. Fantastic performance. Elmira, yeah, they got Watertown's number, and Nick Gull is going to be coming back this week. So, Leeson with a goal, Tomasi with a goal, Rosenzweig saves 30 in 58:43 played. And so now Elmira 9-16-0, Watertown 9-16-2. Now, these teams play again tonight, and if Elmira sweeps the weekend, the 2 teams will be tied in points. They'll be tied in regulation wins, but the winning percentage is a bit better for Elmira. So Elmira technically would be in 4th place. So this is going to be an interesting game tonight. Elmira's got a lot riding on this. All right, Mississippi. They were able to sneak out an overtime win a couple nights ago in Carolina. Not tonight. Carolina poured on the pressure and win 4-2. Shots 52-23 in this. Kudos to Carolina. The biggest stat I think is most impressive is they held Mississippi to 23 shots on goal for the game. That is darned impressive. All right, so for the game, Yuri Pasuka, he scores the first goal for Carolina to put the Thunderbirds up 1-0 in the first. In the second, it's John Batista scoring on the power play midway through. Zach Horn just joined Carolina this week, and he gets on the board at 13:36. So it's 3-0 Carolina, but this isn't over yet. Mississippi climbs their way back. Who else? Yanni Lariakos on the power play at 17:44. In the third period, though, Jacob Schnapp scores a power play goal of his own, 44 seconds in. And then Kyle Russell also gets on the board with power play goals. So 4 power play goals last night out of the 6. But yeah, it's all Carolina in front of a sellout crowd, 3,200. I believe, I'm going to have to check my stats, but I believe this was the 5th sellout game that Carolina has had. So good on you, Thunderbird fans. Excellent. All right, so yeah, for the game, Lariakos with the goal and assist. Delacio, he was busy this weekend. He stops 48 of 52. Batita with a goal and assist. Pastuca, a goal and assist, and another 2 assists for the assist man, Peter Panicek. Cody Karpinski gets his first win after a couple of years out of the Fed. Stops 21 of 23, and Carolina improves to 21, 6, and 1. Mississippi 15, 15, and 1. Fall to 4th place because this was the one surprise for me. I picked most everything this weekend. I picked a split with Bingson and Danbury. I picked a split with Carolina, Mississippi. I said Elmira was going to win at least 2 to 3 games. Columbus, I predicted the sweep, but Port Huron broke up my perfect prediction weekend. They end up in a defensive struggle, topping the Rockers 2-1 in Motor City. Again, I'm sorry, this is in Port Huron. What am I doing? Yeah, 1,800 fans at McMorran Place. They won last 2 nights ago in full Motor City. Now it's in Port Huron. So anyway, yeah, Liam Freeborn scores at 12:08 of the first. Shots are pretty even. The slight edge by the Rockers. Second period, Evan Foley scores shorthanded. This is the second straight game that the Rockers gave up a shorthanded goal, and that was the game winner. T.J. Delaney gets the Rockers on the board halfway through the third, and just couldn't come back all the way. And so, yeah, Port Huron takes over 3rd place in the Continental Division. They are now 14, 12, and 4, 2 points ahead of Mississippi. The Rockers fall to 15, 9, and 4. It's a good thing they had Scotty Koash and TJ Delaney because both of them factored into the goal scored by the Rockers. Trevor Babin, he stops 34, but he needed to stop one more somehow, some way. Tucker Tynan, fantastic weekend. 35 of 36 last night for the win. And so there you go. That is the weekend. Now later on today, I'm going to be pre-recording a stats and stars and standings. So it will not factor in tonight's game in Watertown, but with time constraints, I kind of have to do this. We will talk more about that game on Spotify on Monday. All right, so there you go. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope your team did well. And we will catch you all again tomorrow here with Stars and Standings. Thank you again for watching. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. Comment if you have a particular take on one of the games from this weekend. All right, I'm Gary Ryan for the Fed League Flash. We will see you tomorrow.